Hi everyone, welcome to your course, Engineering Data Analysis. This is your instructor, Engineer Janaika A. Tapedor. So this is just a very short introduction about things that you would need to learn in order to pass this particular course. So again, this is the title of your course, Engineering Data Analysis, or we commonly refer to it as your EDA. And for this introduction, we will be covering 5 topics, including your course description, your course learning outcomes, the syllabus and the topic learning outcomes, the assessment tools to be used for this course, and of course, on how you could compute your scores or your grades. So first stop is your course description. So this course is designed for undergraduate engineering students with emphasis on problem solving related to societal issues that engineers and scientists are called upon to solve. So basically, before in our curriculum, we actually call this course as your probability and statistics. You already covered probability and statistics in some parts of your Math 100 course, but for this time, we'll be going in depth of those statistical tools that is being used in different types of researches. So let's go now to your CLO or your course learning outcomes. So it says here, at the end of this course, the students shall be able to, or these are the things that you would need to achieve at the end of this course in order for you to pass. So the very first one is demonstrate strong foundation of basic approaches to problem solving. The second is the appropriate use of probability, discrete and continuous probability, and probability distributions. The third one is, of course, design experiments involving several factors. And the fourth is demonstrate effective communication skills in descriptive statistics and interpretation using software. So the third stop is your course syllabus and of course the topic learning outcomes. So during the midterms, we will be covering, first is your module number 1, which is simply an introduction to your engineering data analysis. The overview of the course, what is statistics, descriptive statistics, what is the difference between your qualitative and quantitative variable, and of course your discrete and continuous variables, and of course how can you differentiate different types of or levels of measurements that will include your nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio levels. This is actually very important, especially when you already go to your project study, wherein you are to determine what type of statistical tools is applicable for the study that you will be conducting. This is where your EDA is very helpful. And you also have your module number 2, how can we describe the data that we have obtained. We will be covering your frequency tables, your frequency distributions, and of course graphical presentations. And of course, after module number 1 and module number 2, these are the things that you should have learned already. You have 3. Aid the students to learn the importance of descriptive statistics in day-to-day applications and in engineering profession. To define terms and definitions used in engineering data analysis, the use of your qualitative and quantitative variable, discrete and continuous variables, and of course, to develop a strong foundation of knowledge of describing your data, as we have mentioned earlier, frequency tables and graphical presentations. And for the final term, we'll be covering your module number 3, which is an introduction to probability. So you have a survey of probability concept, discrete probability concept, your discrete probability distributions, and of course, your continuous probability distributions. If you take a look, diba, may discrete, tapos may continuous. So it's very important for you to be able then to describe or to be able then to measure the measurement, or to be able then to level the measurement of your data para po ma-determine nyo agad kung ano ba yung probabilities. So module number 1 is actually connected to your module number 2 and of course connected to your module number 3. And of course, for the module number 4, we'll be covering, you are already familiar with these types. You have your mean, median, mode, your percentile, quartile, and outliers, Bayes theorem, empirical rule, sensitivity analysis, hypothesis testing, z-test, normal distribution, linear regression, and your ANOVA. Etong mean, median, mode, I believe this was already covered in your Math 100. And we will just siguro overview lang dito since mga review lang ito. Siguro yung bago sa inyo yung percentile, quartile, and others. Z-test, usually ito yung mga ginagamit. And your ANOVA. Hopefully, we could cover all of this kasi if you take a look, medyo madami siya. But we will try our very best to finish finish all of the modules for this course. And you also have your module number 5, the sensitivity analysis. This is the time that we get to use your MS Excel, and of course you are to provide me PowerPoint presentations on different statistical tools that are available in those particular softwares. So again, at the end of the final term, these are your topic learning outcomes. Demonstrate enhanced knowledge in probability and statistical tools used in engineering studies. Demonstrate enhanced knowledge of sensitivity and decision tree analysis in engineering project studies. Demonstrate and apply engineering data analysis and statistical tools to help students survive the challenges of UCSEA in day-to-day activities and professional practice. So, best advice kasi dito is that you should get this particular course at the latter part before you go to your project studies, especially because this is very crucial when you already decide what particular project study you will be conducting. And the fourth one, your course outcomes assessment tools. So, how do we assess your works? Dito lang yun. So of course, it will comprise of your class standing and your exam. So when we say class standing, this is the part where you have your sit works, quizzes, homeworks, and presentations. And of course, the exams will consist of 2 parts. You have your midterm and your final exams. And lastly is the computation of your scores. So you already know this, most of you, since I assume that you are in your higher engineering subjects or courses. So how do we calculate your raw midterm score? So that's simply 50% of your class standing plus 50% of your midterm exam. And of course, the passing score for all activities is 60%. So when you get 60%, that is equal to a numerical grade of 75. And for your raw final score, you have 50% of the class standing and same 50% of the final exam score. And for you to calculate for your final score, your final grade, that will be 50% of the midterm score and 50% of your raw final score. So there's a note here which says scores are transmuted to an equivalent grade where a score of at least 60% would be the minimum passing grade of 75. So for all of the activities, exams, sit works, quizzes that I will be providing you, you should get at least 60% in order for you to have a passing grade of 75. So I think that's it for the introduction. So this will be your activity number 1. Please create a short introduction about yourself, then answer the following question. Why are, or rather, sorry, there's a typographical error there. What are your expectations of the course? So that's supposed to be a what. So what are your expectations of the course? So it should be at least 2 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes. Please limit it to 2 to 3 minutes. Just a very short introduction about yourself and of course the expectations for this particular course. So that's it for this particular video. Next meeting, I will be introducing the first topic on your module number 1. And as I always say to all of my classes, welcome. And please stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe. Goodbye, everyone.